Assalamu alaikum girls. Hope you are all doing well today and you had a good Eid break. So today we will be doing a revision of the word processing topics we had covered last, which was before the holidays. And I would like to start off with the starter for today, and then we will do some revision of the topics in practical word processing, and then your task for today will be to complete a Kahoot quiz. The starter for today you can see in front of your screen right now. We have to insert the relevant mail merge fields from the source data by dragging and dropping these fields into the correct position. So if you were doing a mail merge, what field should go where? So for example, your name, you would have understood it should go here. Parent's name. So let's see what the letter is saying, that you are asking for permission to participate and so on. So that means your name should go here. That means the parent's name should go here. The date definitely goes in the date field, and the address of the student goes here. So if you read this letter, you will understand how to place the merge fields correctly. Our next starter question is to arrange the steps of mail merge in the correct order. So you have all done mail merge as your last task before the holidays. So let's try to recollect. We were first trying to start the mail merge wizard, so that's our first step. And then we were doing by going to mail merge. That's how we got mail merge, isn't it? So that means this is the second step. So bring our first step over here. Then of course previewing results should be the last step. So let me move it to the bottom. Once the mail merge wizard starts, the first thing we were doing is to select the starting document, which is our current document, and then we opened the master document. We tried to use the existing list by adding from the Excel sheet, and we were inserting merge fields. So this is the order of all the steps. All right. So now let's quickly recap all the things we did as part of our word processing and mail merge. So this is going to be a quick recap to remember which icons we used, what were the things we had to keep in mind, and so on. Yeah. So the first thing we learned was regarding page layout. We learned that in the page layout tab there is margin, size, and column. And size allowed us to change the page size as A3, A4, and so on. The margin helped us to change the margins, the top, left, right, and bottom. And we remembered that margin should have cm written if it's centimeter, and if nothing is written it's inches. And we also learned that orientation can be portrait or landscape. Then once we did all the four margins, that was done from the custom margins option. We did not choose any of the ones here. Then we had learned about columns, how to make our text from like this to like this by having columns. We were selecting the text and going to page layout columns. We did not choose the options here, instead we chose more columns, and we choose what kind of columns we want and how much spacing should be there. Even in spacing, if it's centimeter, we were giving the letter cm, otherwise it's inches. We also learned how to insert header and footer. That was from the insert tab, and we always inserted the header which or footer that is blank 3 columns, because this allows us to use all the 3 alignments, and whichever alignment we are not using we used to backspace it out. Another thing we had learned is in the header and footer how we can insert a page number. So we have to actually be in the header or footer first, press on where we want our page number to be, and then go to page number current position. Why current position? Because we would have already placed our cursor in the correct place. Then we learned how we can have two different font styles. One font style is called sans serif. This is the font style which has no tick marks and it has normal straight edges. An example is Arial. And the serif fonts are those which have these little tick marks at the end. An example is Times New Roman. Then we learned about how to have house styles and how to insert them in our document. So once a style is given, we were making a new style by going to styles and new, this option at the bottom. And in the page that comes up, we were doing all our styles, how it's formatted, how it's aligned, and any extra things we were going to format, and then going to paragraph or font and so on. When we wanted to modify an existing style, we were right clicking on it and choosing the option modify. We saw how to change the alignments. These are alignments. These are how to change your line spacing. And we were also going to format paragraph to change alignment, for example, justified, and so on. Then we also saw that sometimes we have to go to format and paragraph to change spacing, the spacing before or after the text, the line spacing. You can see indentation is here as well. The general alignment is here as well. So all these were things we were doing. Then one lesson we were doing about image, how to edit image, how to crop image, how to insert image, how to wrap image around the text, and all of this we were doing. Then we also, in one of our initial lessons, we did list styles and bullets. These were the lists, these are bullets and numbering. We were adding that as well. Then sometimes we had to remove spacing, line spacing. So for that we were going to the line spacing option, and we can do remove if we want to remove, otherwise to insert, choose the options here. And we said indentations are the space that is left from the margin. As you can see here, here there is indentation and here there is not. So if you want to remove the indentation, you have to set the indentation as 0 centimeter. So these were the things we did. And while we were discussing about table, we also found out how to insert a table by clicking on the number of rows and columns, and how we could apply borders, how we could merge cells, how we could split cells, how we could apply shading. We've seen all of this. And we have also highlighted and formatted text as required. We gave shading for the rows by merging them. All these you did as part of your task as well. And you had to insert and delete rows in some situations, and we saw how to do insertion and deletion for rows and columns. And we also did how to change the borders sometimes when you need only outside border and so on. All the options are here: bottom border, top border, left border, no border. We were using all of that as well. Also, in the layout tab, I showed you the text direction, how to change the different direction the text comes in your table. So for example, this is in this direction, this is in the opposite direction, and so on. And these were all the things we did as part of table. So this is a quick recap of all the things we did this term. And now under practical topics, that is. And now your task for this week is to complete a Kahoot task. The link for the Kahoot quiz will be posted on your page. You will see it. And this is your only task for this week. So inshallah, hope this was a good revision and a quick revision for you. Next week we will revise the theory topics which we covered this term. Thank you girls. Hope you have a good week ahead of you. Assalamu alaikum.